Thursday Love. Da, 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 da. Thursday Love.
All right. We are in.
Hello, everybody. She keeps saying we're in.
We're
She
in.
ain't saying
We're
that.
here. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Welcome. Thursday Love. That's okay.
Have some life.
Well, give me some. Nina, you do it.
I just did it.
No, you do it again.
I did it.
Do it again.
I did.
That's so rude. All right, you guys. How y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? I hope y'all are having a great night. I hope y'all feeling good. Welcome to another edition of Thursday Love. We are still excited. We're still rolling. I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited about what we're doing this whole month. We said February is the month of love. It is also Black History Month. But normally we sit and we talk to married couples and talk to them. But Thursday Love is about the whole package, not just the married couples, but the individual itself. And so the series that we have been doing for the month of February is called Living My Best Life. Have you been enjoying the series?
I have.
See, this is what I got to do with. So hey, trivia. We have had some great guests these past 2 weeks. I have loved it. None other than our very own Stephen Colonel, who has joined us every week. And then we had LaCarla McNair. We had Sierra Iguma. Did I say it right? Oguma.
Ooh.
I did say it somewhere near there. I had Taylor Franks, and I had Rick. We had Rick Owens. So we had a great discussion, especially on last week. It was a great discussion. It took us over an hour and a half, but we're looking forward to tonight. Tonight we have two very extra special guests that we know. We've known them for
extra special.
Yes, extra special. We have known them.
That's right, Cam. I'm more for you and more so the special than the extra, but extra special.
Hey,
I can't wait to talk about. What's that place? Applebee's. Good kind of booty. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
So let's bring our people in. Hey, Beth. Hey, George. Hey, Rick.
Thanks, George.
Rick, we enjoyed you last week.
Get over it.
Yeah, Lord have mercy. So we're gonna bring our guests in. We ain't gonna sit here and wait no longer. We're just gonna bring everybody in and do what we have to do. All right. Yes.
Cam,
yes.
I love that plaid you got on, girl. You look like checkers.
Did he say checkers?
Double jump.
Eat them up, Cam. Eat them up from the jump.
That's right.
If that's how Negroes gonna start tonight,
What up?
Gonna be good.
while y'all doing that, I'm gonna fix my screen deck. It's a little lacking on this side. Hold on, let me.
Okay, yeah, fix your. You had to come do our screen. Do our thing. Lord have mercy. So for those that are up here, if you have time, hit your share button. Share this with your family and friends. Tag some of your single friends. Let's talk about it. We are living our best life, the singles edition. We're talking about some of everything and how it feels to live single, how it feels to just live your best life. And so we are excited tonight. We have none other than Chris Coleman, Stephen Colonel, and the most beautiful Kamala Dawson. So we are going to just jump right on into. And anything else you want to say before I get started?
I'm good.
Lord have mercy. He ready.
Praise Jehovah. I'm ready.
So Kamala, introduce yourself, and then after Kamala, we'll have Chris, Stephen. Just say hey, what up to the people. All right. All right. So go ahead, Kamala.
Everyone, my name is Kamala Dawson. I am a mother, I'm a musician, minister of music, entrepreneur, jack of all trades. That's about all I can say. But I'm excited to be here tonight.
Well, praise him.
All right, Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris Coleman. I'm just glad that y'all invited me because this is the first time anybody ever asked me to do anything that was not musical related. I've been trying to push my brand and all this stuff. I've been trying to talk. I've been saying all these cool things online, and all people be like, "Hey, you play? Yeah, play something. You want to tell a joke? You're so funny." I'm like, I'm a serious person. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm just Chris. I've known y'all for during near 20 years.
Yeah, me and Chris is Mexican buddies.
Yeah, we've been through some stuff. So I'm just happy to be here, happy to be a part. And if I get foolish, charge it to my head, not to my heart.
That's good. I got you.
We looking forward to it.
I mean, you know what? I can feel you on that though. People, when they call you for your gift or your talent. I get you. Sometimes you just want people you want to do something different sometimes than just what you're known for. I got you.
Yeah.
Totally understand that.
I don't know, Steven, you love to sing, don't you?
Sometimes
I'm enjoying my break right now. Hallelujah.
He's getting his break and his breakthrough.
I'm praying hallelujah to Jesus.
It's coming.
But I am Stephen Colonel. Good to be back.
Oh, Steve, I've been wanting to tell you, man, for the last 2 weeks.
No, I don't hear
you got those in your glass lens. You got them green circles.
I have a ring light looking at me right now.
Yeah, I just want. I'm honest tonight, so I told Carol about the checkerboard. I'm telling you about that green ring in your glass. I'm on it tonight.
Sherry, where the duct tape at?
I know, right? It's in the girls when we've been painting these past couple of weekends. So yeah, for those that are tuned in, for those that are new to Thursday Love, we welcome you. We're excited about those that are here. Just to give you just a little summary of Thursday Love, God gave TJ the vision for Thursday Love about 4 years ago, and
4 years ago.
No, 4 years ago, and we just kind of ran with it. And our motto is loving me, loving you, loving us. And the reason why we say that is I had to learn how to love me first before I can learn how to love you. And then after I learn how to love you, we got to learn how to love us. And so this month we wanted to just give back to the singles. This is what we stated before, because Stephen Colonel did some crazy posts, a bunch of great posts for like over a 4-month period on Facebook about singles, and not just singles, the individual yourself, about healing, self-respect, self-worth. You name it, he kind of touched on it. And so I really wanted to hit back to our singles and just hear their thoughts, what is going on in their mind. Because I used to be single. I know what I used to think. I know how I used to roll. And so like, I just wanted now. So, I'm just wondering, how is it today in the 21st century, especially now that we're in a pandemic? But
do you like being married? Or you prefer to be single?
I love being married.
I just want to clarify.
I do. I love being married.
Right.
But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't enjoy being single.
That's what when I came along, I made Sherry stop all that stuff. I said, "Stop it now!" And she let all of them go.
Yeah, the face that Cameron's giving. That's it right
I
there.
did.
You see, I don't turn and slap her.
I took her out of darkness and helped get her to the.
It's about to turn into Thursday night slap fest.
That's right.
So hey Ashley, hey Sierra, hey Steve, for those that are up here.
Rick,
tonight we have the wonderful chance to talk with some people that are strictly. Did y'all grow up in church? I know Steve. I knew Steve. Cameron, did you grow up in church?
I did.
Chris, you grew up in church too? He got his things on.
Chris was born in church.
Chris, were you born in church, Chris?
You were born on a guitar.
When I was born in church?
Yeah, that's what TJ said.
He was born in the altar.
Man, I'm just glad God found me when He did. That's all I got. That's all I got.
So tonight I have the honor and privilege to be amongst musicians, psalmists and musicians. You
got a gift too?
Yeah. It ain't singing, I'm playing.
But you got a gift. I didn't say it was singing. You got a gift. Did y'all know Sarah can sing?
Yes.
The Bible says, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. And she makes a joyful noise. So that's the gift.
Amen. Amen.
Well, somebody told me you were a good alto, so I believe that.
She can't even give it a note. She can sing.
I blend in and hide right behind everybody else.
She can.
That's what I do. But what I love about tonight is that
That's right, Sierra. She can dance and sing.
yeah, I can dance. So anyway, what I love about tonight is I have Chris on tonight. So Chris has this thing it's called Cold Words. And it was like Steven back a few months ago. Steven was posting all this stuff about individuals and how he felt about relationships and everything. Chris kind of hits a little bit of everything. He does cold words. He does what's called musician to musician, right?
Yeah, I've done those a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a few of those. Is there anything else I'm missing?
I just like to talk about things I see and hope that somebody gets something from it. Some stuff I ain't been through. Some stuff I just observed, and I like to have the conversations. I used to get in so much trouble because people would be like, "Oh, I saw your little post. You was talking about me. I see your little post. You trying to shout me?" I'm like, no, I'm not trying to shout you out. These are things that everybody's going through. These are things everybody's going through, this relationship mess. Everybody's going through this work mess. Everybody has family issues. Everybody has, it's a lot of singles with baby mama, baby daddy issues. No, but if it touches on you, if it hits you, hey, I did my job. Let's have a conversation. Let's feel better tomorrow. That's just me.
Yeah. Kamala, I don't know if you can see it or not, but Trivia Boo said, "Hey, Kamala, hope you remember me from my GC days at UNCG."
I do. Hi.
I apologize. We only talk about NCCU up here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is Black History Month. HBCU.
Yeah.
And Winston-Salem State, we got it up there.
See, I got two of them. I got two under my belt. So
I started off the last couple of weeks. I said, name a Black history fact that you did not learn in school. Name a Black history fact that you didn't learn in school.
Ladies first.
Go for
it. He said, go for it.
Ladies first.
That I did not learn in school.
Yeah, because they always give us the Harriet Tubman, the Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King.
Probably Shirley Chisholm, knowing that she was the first Black female to run for president. I don't think they taught that. They didn't teach that.
Oh wow!
Cam, what school? What county or school do you go to?
Say it again.
What county or school did you go to?
Oh, Wilson County.
That's Wilson, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about right. They ain't teach you about no Shirley Chisholm. No, you're right. No, you're right.
TJ gonna go to daggum Wilson and get stabbed. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm sure it's the same across the board.
Yeah.
They taught us about Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Benjamin Franklin.
What's the Rosa Parks?
You didn't learn about that other stuff.
Yeah, Rosa Parks like the bus. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
The bus.
All right, Chris.
Oh, for me, I learned I was this year's old when I learned about Gladys West. Y'all ever heard of Gladys West?
Mm-hmm.
She was like one of these ladies that were pivotal in the whole mathematics behind making the GPS system that we use now. So looking through Facebook as I do every day since I'm bored, I ran across somebody shared that to me. I was like, hey, it's a lot of pivotal stuff in Black history. And see, I try and I have to go back and research some of this stuff, because if you look at some of it, some of these Black folks out here, they be pushing it. They be like, hey, my brother, did you know that Abraham Lincoln was really a Black man? So you need to do your history. And then they be like, everything got to be Black. Everything derives. No, it's some white folks who did some stuff, but it's always good to find out and do the history and get some confirmation. Yeah, it was some Black folks, who really, really did some stuff. But Abraham Lincoln wasn't a Black dude, y'all.
So did y'all? Okay, I saw people posting it on Facebook. Did you guys ever catch the name of the lady who created the weave or whatever the extension? I saw people posting it on there, but I couldn't.
I'm pretty sure she from Durham.
Wait a minute.
Oh, she might be from Wilson.
TJ just go. He is determined to get stabbed. You know what? Go down there to 252, big bro. Go over down there to 252.
Y'all crazy.
But yeah, that's my fact.
All right. All right. So let's move on. So with that being said, our series is titled "Living Your Best Life." Now, living your best life, would you say that it took you a while to get there? You had to go through some things to get to living your best life? Or would you say that living my best life, I'm still not there yet? Like, how would you describe like your life at this season, in this moment, with the pandemic going on, the racism, the social injustice, everything that is going on in this season? How would you describe your life at this moment? Anybody can go first.
Go, Cam.
I think I'm living a great life, but I'm not living my best life at the moment. There's so much more to do, so much more to experience. Life as we know it has been put on hold for the past year. I was talking to someone the other day and I said, I can't believe we've really been in this pandemic for about a year now.
Right.
So I can't necessarily say that I'm in a place where I'm living my best life. But I do know that it's coming really soon. Really soon.
So, Cam, what are some things you said you're living? Okay, a good life, not your best. What are some things that you would like to do? To get to that best life level.
I have a whole bucket list.
Give us one of them pieces out of the bucket. One of them eggs out of the bucket.
Well, I can't really share the bucket list. I mean, it's like a private bucket list.
Okay, all right, we'll take that. I forgot. Cam is a private person.
I'm very private, so this is like.
Don't like to go to Applebee's. We're gonna talk about that.
Excuse me.
I want to hear about this Applebee's story.
We get that. Hold on. You got
Okay, Chris answer, and then he gonna go to Applebee's.
Okay, so am I living my best life right now? Yeah, and I got a couple of reasons why.
All right.
The main reason I feel like I'm living my best life is a couple of years ago, I had a little health scare. I was going through a lot. Marriage was rough. Was a lot overweight. Had a lot of stress. Was doing way too much. Went to a physical. EKG did not turn out well, so got sent to a specialist. Went to a specialist. Had the echocardiogram where they do the whole thing with your heart. And I'm sitting there watching this lady do all this stuff to my heart, and it hit me. And this was the dumb part. I was like, man, if I die on this table, everybody gonna be spending my money tomorrow. That was a serious thing, because I was like, everybody's going to move, like literally, everybody's going to pretty much move on. They're gonna move on. And I didn't mean it in a bad way. It was just, it was always the fact of, if I'm not here living, I don't get to use the resources that I've helped create. I'm not going to get to live up to my potential. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be dead. And that's the end of that story. So I made up some rules. I made up a couple of rules that I decided from that day on. I said, I'm going to live by a couple of rules. My first rule is, do not engage. I do not want to have arguments with folks.
Hallelujah.
Arguments take two people. I don't want to, if it take two people, I don't want to be one of them, meaning there's not an argument. If you want to holler and scream, that's on you. I'm going to stay cool. I'm going to have a decent conversation. I ain't getting hyped up. That's not me. my second rule, I'm not going to reward bad behavior. People out here getting honorable mentions because they do the minimum. I can't do that anymore. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I'm giving out resources to people who don't deserve them. That doesn't work for me. My third rule was make sure you take care of yourself at all costs. I was not taking care of myself. I was drinking way too much sodas. I was eating way too much crap. I was not getting sleep. I was stressing myself out. That didn't work for me. Always, my fourth rule, always celebrate my A team. My people who are close to me, I need to look out for them. If that means I'm getting in the car at 12 o'clock or I'm making phone calls, or if they need me, I'm going hard for them because they go hard for me. Number 5, I use yesterday's failures to create yesterday's failures to create today's opportunities. Everything that I learned yesterday is a lesson for me. I'm going to build. I'm not going to harp on it, but I'm going to make sure it's going to be a benefit to me. And my last rule, which I'm still working hard on trying to do, is less talking, more doing.
Okay.
It can't be a whole lot of just bull. I have to make some strides every day. And that's me.
Wow.
So when the book coming out, man?
Yeah.
Hey, I need some sponsors. I told y'all this the first time I get to do it. I've been waiting on this. I'm telling y'all, I've been waiting on it. If I had like PowerPoints, I could have did a little thing like TikTok. I could have did the whole thing. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. I'm ready for this, y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all ready for this?
Lord have mercy. So you made a key statement. You said you gonna go hard for your A team. For those that go hard for you, you gonna go hard for them. So let's talk about friendships across the board. So what makes a good friend for Chris? What makes a great friend for Kamala? Like what makes a great friend for Steve? Because see, the thing is, friendships, I see a lot of people on Facebook like cut these people off. Like I'm so sick and tired of seeing cut these people off on Facebook, like or whatever. What does your A team look like?
Well, I'm the absent friend. So anybody that understands that I don't like to talk all the time, text me. That's the quickest way to get to me. Anybody that knows, it's no disrespect to them, but if I don't respond quickly, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just taking a moment to just desensitize for my day, my week, whatever. But I'm gonna respond eventually. It may not be right when you want it, but I'm that friend. I'm that person. And anybody that knows me well enough knows that I'm not a deliberately absent person, but I just prefer my time and I just prefer me more so than other people. But I'm a good friend. I take up for you when you're not around. You know, I'll fight for you if you need me to. I pray for you. I cover you, all that kind of stuff. But when I need my moments, just let me have them and we'll get back together next week.
Hey, mother Arnetta. Hey, Bacon.
Lord have mercy. Cam?
Friendship. So many facets to that. I'm going to be everything that you need me to be. And I hope that in return, you do the same for me. Friends will tell you when you're wrong. So I have a very, very tight knit, close circle. I can count the amount of true friends that I have on one hand.
Right.
And in that circle, we will tell each other about ourselves. We're going to support each other. If we're wrong, we're going to tell each other, hey, you're wrong. And now we may not always agree or accept it right then, but Chris is shaking his head. But at the end of the day, we come together just because, we love each other. We share that genuine love, genuine support, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can probably count on my left hand how many friends I got. Real friends that I have. And then over time, some people that I thought were my friend, when the rubber met the road, they showed that they really wasn't. Because people misjudge me. A lot of people misjudge me because I am really to heart, I am introvert. I'm an introvert. I can be extrovert, but I'm an introvert. And I guess a lot of people think I'm a fool. That's what let me say that. A lot of people think I'm a fool. And I remember Elder Coulter, I think it was Bishop Coulter. Now he used to say about don't take your kindness for what he said, don't take my kindness for weakness.
I don't know. I don't know either.
But he used to say don't take my kindness for weakness. And sometimes because I don't say stuff, people think that I don't know, I don't see, or that I'm aloof. But they keep forgetting that I do know Jesus. So even though I don't say nothing, I like Chris saying how he was saying how he sees stuff. And sometimes he'll say it and people be like, wow, you trying to talk about me. But no, I will see it, but I don't say it. And so people will take that, they'll try to take advantage of it. And I'm the type of person, I'll be right in the midst of you, know everything that's going on, but I won't tell you that I know what's going on. Because sometimes some things are just not meant to say, but I know people usually try to take advantage of them because they think they can, but in actuality, I always know what's going on. But I learned a lot about when we lost our daughter some years ago. I learned, who really was there and who really wasn't there. I mean, even though it is what it is, it's gone, but like my eyes open up to a lot of stuff. At the end of the day, we talk about friend circle. At the end of the day, the only one that's going to be there for you, really, truthfully, is God. And people going to be people, and you just gotta let bygones be what it is.
Before Chris answered, do you think something traumatic has to happen in order to find out who your real friends are? Because it seems like most of the time it's because something went down or something happened in your life, like something happened in our life, something happened in Chris' life. Do you feel like something has to happen in your life in order for you to see exactly who is really with you and who's really not?
I mean, everybody's probably going to say yes, but I don't think so. I mean, because, everybody doesn't go through a lot of people don't go through things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have those traumatic experiences, but that doesn't negate the type of bond you have with somebody.
Right.
So I just feel like that might make the friendship stronger, but it doesn't necessarily reveal a true friend. Because I got a friend that was there for me when my dad passed. I ain't talked to him in about 5 years, so we're not friends. So I don't think that saying is true.
Okay, I just want to hear your opinion on it.
Yeah.
Chris?
Cam shaking her head like she's a mother on the front row, so I guess she agrees.
Chris, come on.
I'm gonna light you up before this night is over.
It's one of those things. I think I think love is an action word. I've always said that it's great to know, but it's better to show. Mm-hmm. I need you to do some stuff because, and as far as answering the question about traumatic experience, it just depends on what you deem as traumatic. Some people would say traumatic experiences are, the loss of a loved one or something like that. Then some people could say, yo, I'm at the bus stop and it's raining and I need you to bring me an umbrella. I need to see what kind of friend you're going to be.
Right.
I need you to walk from Equelson over here to Chitley and I need you to bring me some ramen noodles. I need you to do some stuff. I think it's a show and prove. And I bring personal stuff in. Mm-hmm. I've known Cam for 20 years. It's nothing that I couldn't ask Cam to do or Cam couldn't ask me to do that we didn't go hard for. Even our close Greensboro friends, family, church folks, we have a tight knit of folks, and we can guarantee, between my brother, Rob, Tamika, close folks, if we need something, we calling and they're going to do, and that's it. It's not questions. It's not going to be, Well, we not. No. There.
Such a fool. Such a fool.
Just like that. Quick. That quick. Quick.
Y'all know he was
Girl.
was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought something was
What in the
wrong.
world?
Like
Call 911.
just like with my girlfriend right now. Is that why people don't take me seriously? Okay, I said I'm gonna sit. I'm sorry. I ain't
So
saying.
I can honestly say when I was younger, I wanted friends. I think that was my little thorn in the side. I always wanted friends. I wanted to be around a bunch of people. That was like my weakness. I just wanted to be everybody's friend, and I ended up getting hurt a lot trying to be everybody's friend and learning the hard way that everybody is not your friend. And like you said, you're gonna find yourself down to only a good handful, if that, that's really gonna love you, that's really gonna be there for you, that's really gonna walk you through and just stick with you no matter what. But when it comes to friendships, have friendships ever been like did they give like the best advice when it comes to relationships? When you find yourself in a relationship, are your friends involved? You know, do you sit and talk about all these? Do you get advice from them?
I'll say this. So my boy, Elwood, Peanut. So when I first started dating Sherry, so I'm gonna tell this. You can't be talking about how your friends will tell you the truth. So my boy, we went to my brother the weekend my brother got married, and so like I grew up in church too, so I didn't curse or whatever, and so but I took Sherry to Sherry's one of the bridesmaids, and so we went to Norfolk. We went there, and so my daddy told me this thing. My daddy said, he said, you got to make her mad first to find out how she really is. He said, and if she hit you, he said, leave her. He said, you can't hit her back because you're going to go to jail. All right, so I said, well, where can I try this? And I said, I can't try it when we here in North Carolina, because she can leave whenever she wants to. I said, all right, this is the perfect time to try it. So we got to Norfolk. That day, man, that night, I was aggravated, man. I was aggravated, and she was getting mad, and and I called her a butthole. So in my world, it's literally a butthole. But in her world, which was the unsaved,
so you tell me how it's two different worlds.
But in her
I
world,
think in all worlds it still translates.
No, in her world, the unsaved world, calling somebody a butthole is the action, and then hole. Mm-hmm. So I kept calling her a butthole. I said, you act like a butthole, and man, she was like, and then she got out of the car and slammed the door, and I was like, man, she didn't hit me. She's a keeper. And my boy was like, man, you were wrong, right? You should have did that to her. So I do get you. So I do have a friend that would tell the truth, but we still married, so y'all saw that she was a keeper. She didn't hit me. Thank you, Jesus.
She should have blacked your eye. No,
she wanted to, but if she hadn't hit me, she was walking back to Durham.
Oh,
you won't get that Honda Prelude.
This is all traumatic. This is traumatic.
It was
traumatic.
No.
I apologize later though. Yeah.
No.
Yes, I did. We ain't got no proof a long time ago. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I apologize.
But can I ask? Well, so are we okay? You asked the question: should your friends play a part in your relationship? Right?
Yeah, Chris.
Is that wise? I'm just asking because I don't know. I'm asking, is that wise?
Because we're talking about our age in our circle, and most of the time we confide in our circle. If we don't confide in nobody else, we confide in the ones that hold us down. And especially if we're in a relationship, we kind of hold their advice on a certain level. We seem to that to a certain standard. And so if I start seeing a guy, I'm like, okay, so what do you think of him? What y'all think? whatever. Or if we're in a relationship with certain things go on, I ask for their advice. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Chris, what are you doing?
Oh, get something to drink. Am I making too much noise? I'm sorry. I go on mute. My bad. Hold on.
What's in your cup, Chris?
I can't. Really?
Nah, I went on mute. It's just tea. I didn't know I was moving like that. I told you I'm nervous. I had to give you something to drink. All right, I'm going on mute so I can drink my drink. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm doing it for real.
Rick said, which I just made it known. He said only trusted friends would he take advice from.
Okay.
As it pertains to a relationship.
Cam, how you feel about it?
I think that's a good thing. But I do think that there are limits on what should be shared.
Thank you.
But I think your friends, especially your 18, they may see something that you don't see, whether it's about the other person or whether it's about you. I have friends who have told me, Cam, you're wrong. Or maybe you should change your perspective on XYZ.
Perfect.
And, then I had, some of those friends have said, well, I think you need to watch out for this. And I think it's more so an advice thing, not necessarily telling you what to do or trying to cause problems. And again, as he said, trusted friends, because you're not going to, tell your business to people that you don't trust.
Right. And that's what I was saying, because you do y'all dialogue about everything. Friends dialogue just about everything, but is relationships off, or is there something that you dialogue about? And if so, do you value their opinion when it comes to it? Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm just thinking. I said, friends' opinions are important when you're dating, but when you get married, you can't tell your friends what's going on in your relationship.
True, but
did you say friends with benefits or friends' opinions?
Friends' opinion.
Oh, okay.
I'm married, Jam. I don't have friends with benefit. I do have one friend with benefit, but I don't have friends with benefit. She's very beneficial.
No, I know you.
Don't pay him nobody. Don't pay him nobody.
Y'all see that thing there? Is that chicken, boy? Turkey got on it.
Go ahead. You said you go ahead, Cam.
Oh, Cam, that's what I want to talk about. Now, look.
What?
So look, y'all, we had a conversation a while ago, and Cam was talking about the type of, I think she posted it. I think
she posted it
on Facebook. The type of men that that's in her best life picture, and she said that a man may not take her. What's it? Get me straight. Is it Applebee's or was it Ruby Tuesdays? Which one was it? Which one?
I think it was Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday. Yeah, hold on. If anybody up there, how y'all feel about that? Ruby Tuesday ain't cheap.
Ruby Tuesdays is not a place you take a woman you interested in.
Thank you.
Say that again.
Ruby Tuesdays is not a place you take a woman you're interested in.
He has given me a hard time about this post for about 5 years.
And the reason I say that is because, number one, that's literally a buffet.
Okay.
It's
so you
literally a buffet.
You don't take a date to a buffeteria.
No, that's like taking my soon-to-be to K&W. No, I'm not doing that. Maybe
K&W got a variety of food.
K&W ain't good enough for your date.
No, maybe after we've been married about 50 years and we got all gray hair and we hunched over and we're going to, Sunday after church because we don't feel like cooking because we brittle, but maybe that. But I'm not taking no woman I'm courting to Ruby Tuesdays or K&W, CNH, none of them.
So what restaurants are off limit for dating? Oh my God.
Applebee's.
It's about the impression.
Please read.
It's just about the impression you want to make.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Somebody up here, thank you.
But Rick said McDonald's.
I don't know about that one, Rick.
You know full well he ain't take it. He might take it now, but he ain't take it in the beginning. He know he had the wow. He know he had the wow. Y'all can get up on here being strong if you want to.
Okay. So Ruby Tuesdays, Applebee's. they're not considered good enough. So what restaurants are good enough to take
I
you
was
on
hold
a
on.
date? I just want to know. I'm curious.
What if he grew up in Wilson and in Wilson that Ruby Tuesdays was a high-end restaurant?
But see,
Okay.
no,
See?
we left Wilson and went to the next closest city, which was Raleigh.
Bet said no fast food. Dad, we know why you say no fast food, baby. They can't afford you.
Oh, look, they saying it. They chiming in. No fast food.
No,
So
I mean,
that's right.
because
What is your restaurant? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
you're fine. Let's be real. You can really tell how interested a man is and how serious he is when it comes to pursuing a female.
Okay.
Because he's going to display time and effort.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Tuesdays and Applebee's is not effort. I mean, that's somewhere that I would take my brother or sister, and I don't even have, biological siblings. Now, I'm not saying, and I try to correct that when TJ gave me a hard time. I'm not saying that you and your significant other cannot go to those places. Oh, sorry,
Yeah, what
Y'all see-
was
There you
that?
go.
What was that? What was that?
I'm on my daughter's iPad and somebody was calling her.
You good now. You good.
I'm not saying you can't go there with your significant other, but not as a first date or second date. I mean, that's like you're like a year in or 8 months in. Let's just go get a salad type deal.
Let's go on a Saturday. We don't want to cook.
There you go.
Saturday during the day or something. Lunchtime.
Right.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
gotta put your best foot forward, especially with the dating. And it ain't gotta be all the time, but you like they say, you never get a second chance to make that first impression.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Brian said their first date was at Zaxby's.
Campbell like, nope.
But you know what? In all honesty, to be real.
Go ahead, no, stop. Say what you gonna say, Steven? What you gonna say?
I'm gonna say it depends on the person. I'll say that.
It depends.
That's what I was about to
But
say.
ain't no woman that I've ever dated wanted to go nowhere fast food. Or
But
It's the style. Yeah.
that's what I was about to say. I think it depends on the woman, honestly, because to some women, I get what you're saying, Cam, about if a man wants to wow, I mean, if he want, he's gonna do what he got to do basically to pursue the female. But I also think it depends on the female also. Like, so Cam, we know, and that'll be a conversation that you guys would have, just your side conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because so for some guys, they may think that Applebee's or Ruby Tuesday is a good place. But when you having that conversation before you had that first date, you slide in there, that conversation of, Ruby Tuesday is not your ideal place.
Right.
But for another female, Ruby Tuesdays might be, honestly, Ruby Tuesdays or like Brian said they went to Zaxby's, but Ruby Tuesdays, those places may be, it really, the female may not even really care pretty much, about necessarily where they're going to eat. All she wants to do is just have that relation, have that, that guy. It depends, It depends it depends on the female.
But you can tell with certain women that
Oh yeah, well,
where you take me does speak
I mean,
some type of characteristic.
With Cam, you gotta go to Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You gotta go to Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm
At a private movie theater. You know what I'm saying?
Not the case, but at least put some type of effort into it.
Right.
So
right.
what would you say?
I'm
let's go
laughing
to
at
McDonald's and get a Happy Meal. To me, that's when you in the real lovey-dovey stage. You're like, it's my boo, it's my baby, let's go, but when you're trying to get to know me and pursue me, I mean, that's just me. I like food, so
I love it because you're in a different place in your life where, you know what I'm saying, Zaxby's and fast food and Ruby Tuesdays and trips, those places is not for you because you're beyond that.
Well, can we ask that? Are we safe to ask that? Can we say back in your early 20s, would you say that would be appropriate, or would you say no, that's how you were back then as well?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's pretty much Cam.
I
It's
mean,
pretty much Cam.
I'm a very low-key person. I am low-key, but I like what I like.
Right, and there's
And I
nothing
think
wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
everybody, has things that they like or dislike, and that's just one of them. Now, I think it would be a little shallow for me to say, "Oh, well, you're driving a Pinto, so I can't go out with you," But I mean,
Well, if a guy's smart, he ain't gonna approach you if he's driving a Pinto. Especially after he see what you're driving.
what's the
He will
difference?
hide that thing. He go rent them for the night.
What's the difference between driving a Pinto and saying I'm gonna take you to Applebee's? I don't see a difference.
Lord.
There's a financial difference. The
But
Pinto is probably paid off.
I was gonna say, if the Pinto is paid off, that 9 times out of 10, he got a little money in the bank because
So,
he ain't got no
so I
property.
got a question, right? Say for instance,
Really, Carlton? I love my brother-in-law.
Say
I'm
for
loving your
instance,
comments.
say for instance, the guy shows up in the Pinto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when he shows up in the Pinto, your mind is like, But really, the Pinto is like his play card. He's really loaded, but because of that, that first presentation, it's not what your ideal whatever would be.
When I was in my 20s, I dated someone. He didn't have a Pinto. It was like a little Dodge something. It was the ugliest car I've ever seen in my life.
Probably the Datsun.
But
Or the Dart.
that may have been
On
it.
the
That may have been it. But he still took me to a nice restaurant on our first date. Even though his car was, I was afraid we weren't going to make it, but he still took me somewhere nice on our first date. So to me, he put in time and effort.
There we go.
And it's got to be about communication. If he knows if the expectations have been put out there on this is what I like, this is where I am. If he stepped to her, or if you step to anybody after hearing their expectations,
yeah,
you got to meet them or leave. Hey,
but
Cam,
9
you might need
times
to
out
move
of
to
10,
Dubai.
I was gonna say 9 times out of 10, you know the type of woman you're gonna approach.
Yeah, you got
You
to
can look at a woman and say, okay, that she's not gonna want to go to this place. I gotta
Because you
take her
observe.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
You have to be observant when you're approaching a woman.
Exactly.
Chris, how you feel about it? How your dating go? Did you, most of your girls, were they at a certain level, or they were just like, what was your thought pattern on this?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't dated much in a long time. Recently divorced, and literally I met my girlfriend, and when we started dating, it was like it clicked. So with dating with me, I'm just big with conversations. I like to talk, and that's going to give me all the information I need. And I'll ask, and I'm not gonna say I'm a very aggressive person. I am very direct. Tell me what you want, tell me where you want to go, and I'll be honest. Nah, that ain't me. Hey, thanks. But I move on. Or I'll be honest, I can make that work. Or I'll put it on the plan. Hey, yeah, I know you want Ruth Chris, but right now, I gotta give you this. Watch my money though. As my money grows, as these seeds begin to be poured into me, I will pour them into you, and we're gonna get up to that Ruth Chris level. But I ain't got it right now. So if we ain't there right now, I'll step to the side. But I'm big on just having the communication and giving true life expectations of who I am and what I'm gonna do. And I really got blessed that I found somebody who really just was like, yeah, I like you. You're cool. Okay. Now feed me.
Uh-oh.
Now feed me.
All right. So you want to ask me something?
No, I just wanted to give Cam a hard time. But you can look at Cam glasses and tell that you can't take her to Ruth Chris. I mean to Applebee's. Her glasses said, "Don't approach me unless you can take me to."
TJ, I go to Applebee's. I have gone on dates to Applebee's. We
I
are
don't know.
strictly
Why?
talking about
Why they trying to play you though?
second date.
All right, give it all of
TJ, it's TJ. Don't say day. Don't say day. It's TJ.
Oh, why TJ? He gonna go down to Winston.
That's good.
Listen, he gonna
We
stab.
go downstairs and eat that chicken and that rice that I cooked when we over with Thursday Love in a la Bridges, a la whatever, a la kitchen.
My brother is up here, and he said my wife. He said when he was dating his wife, she never complained. And I just want to speak on behalf of my sister. My sister love to eat, so you can take her to a top-notch restaurant. You can take her to a fast food joint. It don't matter because my sister love to eat, and that's how she was. That's how she is. But you know.
But I agree. You know, if you do have to observe the female, and you know what I'm saying, you can tell pretty much from looking that, you know what I'm saying, though, if I ain't got this, I need to hold off until, you know, I'm able to live up to that. I got you. Yeah. You know, Cam, you know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know.
All right, so our time is starting to draw near, but I wanted to get into this. So Chris put code words, and he did musician to musician. So now I want to talk about the individual. Like Chris, I only took a couple of quotes from you. You said, one of them, you said, commit to being your own peace. That was one of your quotes. And then another one was like, past relationship mysteries should be left unsolved. Your closure is that it's over. You know, these are just a couple of them. How do y'all feel about the individual yourself when you're, you know, your healing process, getting to know you, knowing your own identity, your self-worth and your self-value? What did your process look like? Because, you know, I'm not trying to throw out ages here, but the crew we had last time, they were in their late 20s and early 30s. Even Steven is in his early 30s. TJ and I in our early 40s, you know. And so, you know, your mindset from your early 20s to like now, a lot has happened, you know, how you view things, your perspective on everything, and life experiences too. So the individual yourself, how do you see, how is like living your best life or your great life, like Cameron said, how does that look for you right now, the individual, you know, your healing process, things you like and don't like, you know, the comments you made about having your own peace of mind and so forth, and knowing when certain things are over and how to move forward. Whoever wants to go first.
You know, Cam got to go first. Ladies first.
I'll go last.
Always.
Ladies first.
Someone else can go. I'll chime in later.
Chris, these are your code words.
Well,
Comment on it.
I'll put it like this. I think we spend a lot of time, especially in relationships. We try to close doors that have been closed for a long time. We have these little sessions where we sit there and be like, what if I would have did something different? Or what if I would have said something different? How would this react? And then it hit me. I'm thinking about, and these just relationships in general, like all my life, we tend to think about folks in depth who probably ain't even studying us, ain't even thinking about, we are not even a blip on their radar. We are taking valuable time that we could be putting into ourself, our self-worth, our finances, changing the way we think, our nutrition, thinking about us, because sometimes when we get in relationships and get out of bad relationships, the one thing we realize is we have not taken very good care of ourselves because we were taking care of everybody else.
Right.
And that's where the closure thing comes in. Don't look for it. Just assume it's there. It's there. Move on and work on yourself, because that's what's going to bring that next person to you. That's what's going to attract that next person. Mm-hmm. You having a smile on your face that nobody's putting on there, that you put on there. You having money in your pocket that you put in there. You having all this power that you generated just by taking care of yourself. So that's what I'm about.
I would say though, when you do leave a relationship, I would say, even if the doors are closed, I would say there's nothing wrong with sitting down and assessing, in the relationship to say, well, you know what, Mel, I could have did, okay, I could have done this differently. And then the next time around, I'll do it. So I mean, like looking, not spending a lot of time with it, but just seeing the ways, things you could have done differently, to make things better. And so when you get into the next relationship, you won't make those same mistakes again.
And
some
people just, we are people sometimes, especially us, the triers. We think too long. We assess too long. And we have to learn to kind of do like military folks. After a traumatic experience, they go on a debrief. Right. You debrief, then after you debrief, you move on.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, assessing. Yeah.
It's time to move on. Mm-hmm.
So, because in that debriefing process, that's when you, like I said, that's when you're going to wean out everything. So once you finish the debriefing process, there's nothing else to deal with that relationship. On to the next. Yeah, I got you. Totally.
Gotta go.
We wait for your answer, Cameron.
Or Steven.
She said it like a mother. I'm joking.
Yeah. So I guess for the healing process, being that it's such a big part of your individuality, it's important that you allow yourself those moments. Allow yourself the moment to be weak. Allow yourself the moment to be vulnerable with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Ask yourself the hard questions. Be honest with yourself, to get to that next experience of being healed, being whole, not necessarily removing the fact that something happened. A lot of us get to the point to where we just remove that thing from our memory and not deal with it. Right. That's what causes the drama. That's what causes the hurt to fester and grow, and you being jaded and being just burnt out and over relationships when you let it sit there without, getting rid of it. So I think that's the most important thing, where you just kind of let it go, write it down, burn it, do something, get it out, so that you can obtain the healing that you deserve.
Yeah, Rick said something that goes along with what you said about accepting the hard truth. Rick said that he had a friend to tell him that he probably won't get that apology. And that's a hard truth to accept, like, especially if you were done wrong, you probably won't get that apology. You probably won't get that that sympathy, that remorse, or whatever you want that other person to feel, like to understand that this is what you did to me. And you probably won't ever get that. And again, you may, but the thing is, at that moment when you're hurting, those are some of the hard truths that you have to face.
And he also said, he said it won't matter anyway, because by the time you do get it, you'll be already been moved on.
Right.
So it don't even matter whether you get it or not. And I think people want that, quote unquote, for closure or for a justification, but you do have to understand the fact that sometimes people just ain't gonna apologize. And then again, I would say sometimes people may not realize what they did. That's because some people, you may think they're smart enough to know that, but some people might be just that naive. You know what I'm saying? So but I agree. Once it's over, move on. Because once me and Sherry is over, you know what I'm saying, we're in heaven. So there is no over for us. We're going up together.
Amen.
Look at now we're going up together. Wait a minute.
We're going up. We will be caught up. We went
from apology to going up. That's all I'm saying.
Just
apology
saying.
To going up.
Just saying.
But me and a friend was going back and forth on Facebook. An apology doesn't stop the hurt. Because the thing is, we do look for that apology, but at the end of the day, even if we do get that apology, if we do get that sincerity of a sorry, it still hurts, and you still have to go through the healing process. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I got the apology. Thank you for apologizing. It made it a taste of betterness, but it really didn't do much, because at the end of the day, I'm still hurting. You damaged me in this point, and I have to walk through this pain so I can be healed again. Really, we gonna go there? Just follow what I said and let's go. All right,
but
Pamela.
a lot of people. Oh,
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say a lot of people don't understand though that healing and wholeness are attractive.
Mhm.
Those two things are extremely attractive to people that are interested in you. So when they can finally see that you're over something that you might have told them, or just kind of they found out about that you were over it now, they will want you even more.
Yeah.
Because that's not in your mind.
Right.
Healing and wholeness are attracted to real men, but
Absolutely.
brokenness and pain is attracted to the dogs, meaning the ones who just want a quick whatever. But real men, that wholeness and that healing is attractive. Those are the men that's gonna take you to them high-end restaurants. But them ones that looking for a quick, them the ones that's gonna take you to the McDonald's and the Burger King.
But it's also attractive to to women. That's also attractive on another man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she can look at you and say, "Oh, he's healed.
Healing look good on you."
Right? She's gonna want you. I'm just gonna tell you that now. She's gonna want you
because it brings about a certain confidence, and we are attracted to confidence.
It's the alpha.
If you can walk in your vein and you own your own stuff and you're confident in your walk, you're confident in who you are. That's beautiful.
I only know because when I'm walking in my vein, Sherry looks at me different.
Yes, honey. I'm sorry. Yes, honey.
That's all I'm gonna say.
We seen it in church. Thank you. We seen it in church.
She gets a certain twinkle in her eyes.
Y'all should see it across the pulpit when they be looking at
somewhere else. Yes, Lord.
We seen it in the church.
A twinkle somewhere else. They single, Sherry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, wait a minute.
But they grown too.
At least two of them know what I'm talking about.
Oh Lord.
They know what I'm
They
talking
grown.
about.
they save and grown.
But yeah, go ahead, Cam.
I'm actually glad Steven said that, because a lot of times we only focus on the broken female who needs to be healed. And there are a lot of broken men out there.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that sometimes it's a lot more difficult to deal with a broken man than it is a broken woman. Because with women, you already know they're emotional. You know, you kind of know what to look for, what to expect. With the man, you don't know what's coming from 1 minute to the next. And a lot of times you won't even know that they are broken or they have experienced something, because men are just not emotional creatures. They're not emotional beings like we are.
Right. Good at hiding.
So, you know, healing and wholeness, it is necessary. Just being transparent. I've been divorced for 12 years. A lot of people don't even know that I was married. So yeah, I was married, been divorced for 12 years. And I thought I had been healed from that situation. And what I did was I pushed it under the rug for years and years and years. So when I was faced with something new, I didn't really know how to handle it, because I was still broken. I was still hurting. And I had all these walls up. And sometimes, you know, I find myself now, you know, seeing these walls kind of creep up. And I'm trying my best to push them back down. Not definitely nowhere near where I used to be. But it kept me from being in a better place. It kept me from probably what could have been some good relationships, good friendships, because I was just so broken at the time. And I never took the time to completely heal. So it is necessary. The whole looking back thing and the closure, I've never agreed with the closure piece. I feel like just move on and just be done. I mean, what do you need closure for? I think that's an excuse. But again, that's me. I think differently than a lot of people. And sometimes it makes it difficult for people to understand me. But I don't necessarily agree with the closure piece. I think you should close that door, keep moving, move on, you know, to the next, move to greater, you know, be better, be a better person, and the whole nine.
I think it also goes with the closure piece. I think we as a people, we have to know why.
Yeah, they want to know why.
It's more of the answer to why. I don't care what the situation is. Why did that happen? Why did he do that? I mean, what? And even if we do know, it still ain't closure, but it's just like we have to just get a justified meaning.
And a lot of times we're not gonna give you straight answers anyway.
Right.
It'll never be good enough.
Yeah.
And the thing about men, we don't. It's very well. We don't like to. Well, most men don't like to feel vulnerable. That's really the reason why most men cover up, the hurt and the pain. Women really don't care. That's why you see more women in the church that are more apt to worship and stuff than men are. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't. I mean, and then also the way men are brought up, most men are brought up, you brought up, you gotta be, you can't show your emotion type thing. If you do it, then you're weak. You know what I'm saying? So that's a kind of a societal thing. But I agree, there are a lot of broken and there are a lot of damaged men. But usually the focus is all on women. You know what I'm saying? You have women conferences for heal, but there aren't a lot of just general men. There are not a lot of avenues really where a man can go sometimes and express himself without running into the risk of somebody thinking that he's less of because he's admitting that he has this hurt or he has this pain. You know what I'm saying? Or that he needs to get somewhere and sit down and be healed. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree. It's both men and women. There are a lot of broken men and there are a lot of broken women. And if you don't believe me, look at Facebook, look at Instagram, and just watch what a lot of men and a lot of women do. You can tell, yeah, you're right. You can tell, male or female. I don't care how, if you watch that male long enough, you will start seeing him crack. You know what I'm saying? You'll start seeing the crack and say, you hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't see it I mean, Lord, why am I stuttering? You can't see it unless it's a discernment. You're not going to really be able to see it up front. You know what I'm saying? But once you stay there long or you see it more than once, you will start seeing those cracks. But yeah, both men and women, especially, because you look at the comments they put on social media, you just schizophrenic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the comments that they make, and it's both male and female I'm talking about, not just female. But I totally agree with that.
But I have a question. So why do we have to know the why? Why do some people have to know the why? And then that goes for men and women. Why do you need to know the why to something that broke you?
Well, sometimes people feel like if they know the why, they can begin the healing process too. And society says you got to know why. There's a reason why you did this. But like I said, but the other side is sometimes you're not gonna know why. And it's harder to live with not knowing why also. Especially when things happen that you want a different scenario, but some things you just not gonna know why. And you do have to be okay with it, but it's hard to be okay with not knowing the why.
Chris, why you think we need to know the why?
I think people are self-centered. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, some people just want to know the why so they can say,
yeah,
well, I didn't mess up. Good. I needed you to tell me that I didn't mess up. So that works. And it's unfortunate. Sometimes they are not going to get that answer. They will find out, no, it was your fault. I think people have sometimes an innate feeling of wanting to look back and say, well, at the end of the day, I was right. And they were wrong. And sometimes closure does that for some people. But sometimes it does not work out in their favor.
Right.
So we've had a couple of people to say that sometimes the why makes it worse. And I agree with that. The why does make it worse because if you're in a relationship and that person cheats on you, finding out why they cheated on you is going to hurt worse. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When and then that's when, and especially if it's something that, what I was saying earlier about reassessing things, especially if it's something that you could have done differently, you go from, quote unquote, trying to get closure to now, holding yourself, beating yourself up. Man, if I had just done this, he wouldn't have did this and he wouldn't have did that. But at the end of the day, man, when it's over, it's over. And sometimes it's not knowing why makes it easier to heal than knowing why. Because I think sometimes knowing why breaks you more.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. That's exactly why I don't agree with it, because I used to dwell on that why,
Right.
and it made stuff 10 times worse. So I
Insanity.
just had to kind of change my mindset in terms of the ending, let it be, and move on.
Because that why will linger. That why will linger over your head until you crack. And then once you crack, you become the bad person. You become the person that hurt you. You become the situation that hurt you.
Right.
So knowing the why for some people is not necessary. Knowing the why for some people is not the way to go.
Right.
Because you can't handle it.
Yep. Lindriel, she just proved what I was saying. She said, knowing the why, it postpones the healing process, and at the end of the day, and it's something we don't need to know why, because, and then some of the things is not worth knowing why. Just know that it's no longer,
But Tiffany said that knowing the why can help for the next relationship if one is honest with themselves.
Well, but that takes.
I think it's a level of maturity.
I think, but it's also to me a personal assessment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily. I don't need to necessarily know why from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the inner. Hey, this is where we at. I don't need to get nobody involved. I'm having this conversation with myself, and after I crush this is it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's to each his own. Each person is different. Some people, want to know the why because it may help them. But like I said, for some people, knowing the why is going to damage them more. So I guess it's a case by case, person by person scenario or whatever. But
all about that.
For me, not knowing why is better.
But I think the why, we tend to make the why about us when sometimes it's not about us. The why is about the individual and what they did.
That's
you know what I'm saying. It doesn't define who you are or who you were in the relationship or the situation.
Right.
So I think that's why most people equate the why with healing. That's not necessarily the case.
Right.
The why is not always about you, so you got to get that out of your head.
Right.
And that's why it's so tricky, because people don't be thinking that way. They be thinking, it's something that I did, which sometimes it may be something that you did. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it's not, but it may be, but not all the
time.
time.
Yeah, it may be, but it's not all the time, but for some people, especially those ones who will always, the ones who are always trying to beat themselves up, about certain things.
Self-sabotage.
The self-sabotage. Yeah, people who like to self-sabotage themselves. Self-sabotage themselves.
Yeah. Speaking
of, some people they love that. Well, I did wrong. I and it's not always the case of you doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it was them. Bottom line, it was them. They were crazy. They did you wrong. They shouldn't have done you wrong. And so since you did me wrong, I'm moving on.
Peace out.
I'm moving on.
And the thing, and the thing about that is, it's so much more that you could be focusing on than some stuff that's old and gone.
Old and gone.
It's old and gone. We have to find a way to refocus back to the person that we lost. And the person that we lost is usually ourselves.
Right.
That's good.
That's a major statement, because you also you made a statement. You said today refuse to be defined in the future from the mistakes of your past. And a lot of us, we're so stuck in what we did or who we used to be that we don't know how to focus on our future. We don't know how to move forward. We don't know how to see ourselves because we're blinded by that.
And that's what I was saying, in that reassessment stage, you get to know you go, because not in any way, in each relationship, you change anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're not, when you come out of a relationship, you're not gonna be the same person. You're gonna be somebody different because you're gonna have learned something different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the thing. I'm enjoying these conversations.
Yeah.
And then I like tonight's conversation because we've been meeting with people in their 20s, and their younger 20s and early 30s. But tonight, you know what I'm saying, we got some people that are pushing 0, that been through some things and been through some experiences. And that was awesome to know, Cam, about what you shared about, being divorced for 12 years. And Chris talked about, what I'm saying, his too. So not only did we get to hear about, people who have lived some life longer, but we got to hear about some people who were single, got married, and are now single again. So you guys are talking not from a place of innocence, but a place from experience is what I'm saying. You guys have been through those changes, been through those stages. So you're not talking what my daddy said. I'm not telling you what I reckon, but I'm telling you what I know. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are talking tonight, or you guys have been talking tonight about what you know, what you've lived, and what you've experienced. And it's been awesome to hear another perspective of, living my best life, living my great life. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome, guys.
Yeah. So because we're a little over our time, but before we end, I just want to hear from Chris and Cam and Steve. What does loving? Because because everybody's talking about healing, because we feel like a lot of us have been hurt and damaged, and a lot of us are still carrying it. What would you say, loving me? What does that look like for Chris? Loving me, what does that look like for Cam? And loving me, what does that look like for Steven? And if you had to encourage someone to love themselves, what would you say?
If I go first, loving
Cam just switched the order.
Yeah, she was like, I was looking at her and she got that look like.
You see her?
I was like,
you
nah,
see her
I just go.
Down to the left.
But loving yourself means taking care of some of the responsibilities that you have let be dormant for so long. Investing in yourself, investing in your health, investing in your spiritual growth. A lot of stuff we push to the side because we focus on everything and everybody except ourselves. If you're trying to live your best life and you're trying to love yourself, you need to do all the stuff that builds up the personal you. So you can look in the mirror in the morning and say, hey, I am fulfilling my dreams as a person. I'm fulfilling myself as an individual, just based on not what other folks think, but what I really want to do for myself. People get way too distracted, and it's about loving you.
Yeah. Steve, go ahead, because Cam ain't gonna go. So I'm just letting you know right now. Cam ain't go.
Cam says save the best for last.
No.
Well, loving me looks like me taking ownership of my present. Everything that's happened in my 33 years was meant to push me to where I am now. And even the bad things, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever, it placed me to where I am right now. And loving me also looks like me aspiring to what I wanted to be all those years. And that's just whole, that's, healthy, that's inspiring, that's loved, that's just empowered to be who God has placed me in the earth to be, and all those things. So loving me looks completely different than it did when I was 22 or 23. So yeah, that's my
good. Now come up with another one for next week. All right. So that's your third one. You got to come up with another one for next week.
I'm sorry. Oh no. Okay.
All right, Kamala.
I'm really just piggybacking off of what they said because everything was good. I don't really have anything new to say.
But what did it look like for Cam then?
For Cam, this has been a journey for me, and it still is a journey. So I think every journey is about growth, maximizing your potential, maximizing this journey, accepting who you are, accepting your flaws. That doesn't mean you stay in a bad place, but accept the flaws that you have and work on them, try to be better. And if for some reason it could be a physical flaw, if there's something that you can change, then work on it. If you can't change it, accept who you are, because that's who God made and created you to be. Be happy, be confident in that. I think for me, that's what loving me is about.
All right. You want to take anybody else?
Like I said, tonight's conversation was good because it was another level, versus what we've had in the past. All the conversations has been great, and like I said, that's why I've enjoyed tonight because each week that we've had this singles is progressed, and we were showing different aspects. And tonight, like I said, tonight was great because the people got to see and us got to see and experience a different side of this whole single thing. You know what I'm saying? So it was awesome, and just the wisdom that you guys have,
right.
And knowledge and the understanding
right.
that y'all have. Y'all have all three of those: the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding.
Right.
So that was great to hear. And so honestly, we thank y'all, man. For just taking your time, you know what I'm saying, to come and be a part of Thursday Love. See, y'all realize this is what we do with Thursday Love. We just vibe. All right. We just vibe. There's no necessary protocol. We just vibe because generally the conversations they take we're planned, but they usually take a life of their own. You know what I'm saying? So, because people get to speak from their life experiences, is what you guys did tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all spoke from your life experiences, and I don't know about Sherry, but I thank y'all for. Well, Sherry does too. Okay, we thank y'all for taking time out. Because Cam, you could have been at Ruth Chris, and Chris, you could have been doing some music or something like that. So, but. Honestly,
it wasn't too bad, was it, Chris, for your first time, was it?
Oh, this was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, Chris,
thank you.
You can plug, man.
Okay. So here goes my plug. Go to facebook.com/code words. If you're on Instagram or anything like that, #code words. I was trying to get my Instagram. I was hooking it up too. I went on Instagram and I was like, #code words. And they said, it's not available. So if you don't, so y'all just gonna have to #code words on Instagram. I'll be there. Please follow me. Thank you.
Hey, you know what, Chris? Move to your left or to your right. They can see it behind you. There we go. That's it.
You have to walk away like
I'm back. Y'all see it?
But no, for real. We want everybody to understand that Thursday Love is just a platform that we just love to hear people, hear their thoughts, hear their mindsets at whatever stage of life they're in. And so Chris and Kamala, I did not know that y'all had been married before, and now y'all are single again. So y'all just brought a whole new perspective, which I'm grateful for, because the people that we're bringing on next week, I knew they had been married and divorced, and now they're single again, and they're living their best life. And so I purposely brought them on for that reason. But I'm glad I still brought you guys on, because and to hear what you had to say.
And what I can say too is, thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your transparency. Yeah, because you guys could have kept that stuff inside of you. And that also lets us know that either you're healed or you're on the way to get healing, because you can't reveal stuff like that unless you're working on the healing process, or unless you've been healed from it. Right. So thank you for that, honestly. Yes, especially you, Cam, because you don't share sugar, but tonight you did. We thank God for it. We praise God. We praise God.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
All right.
So we're going to be doing this more often. We're going to have more people up here. We really want to hear from everybody, because like Stephen really sparked something when he said you just want to just talk about, nobody talks about the singles no more. He said, don't nobody talk about the singles no more. And he I think it was a great discussion like the first week, because we talked about singles in church, because he talked about the singles ministry is like non-existent in church, because they really don't cater to the singles like that anymore. It's, it's the kids, or, you're older, or if not, it's always a woman leading the singles ministry. And you need, and that's just it. But it's so much to talk about. It's so much to cover, but I'm glad what we talked about tonight. So
lift every voice and sing.
Oh God.
Chill earth and heaven rain.
So we love you guys. And we hope and pray that y'all be safe out there. Please be safe out there. Stay covered, stay protected. Anything else?
No, stay covered, stay protected.
Anything else y'all gotta say? Y'all good?
Yeah, no last minute
Thank
shout
y'all
out.
for having me again.
Oh yeah,
We'll see you next
with
week.
that panel in the background and that ring.
All right.
Hey, Shonda. I'm shouting out my sister.
Oh,
Cam, tell my baby I said hey. Tell my baby I said hey.
Oh, he was up there earlier.
My baby on there.
Was that Pastor Coleman from First Baptist?
Yeah, that's his brother.
Yeah, that's my big brother.
Oh,
Yo, they look at the head, man. They look like
now that I look at you, y'all look alike.
He's all right looking guy, I guess. He's all right looking guy.
guitar man.
But we love you guys. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
Thank
Love
y'all.
Y'all be safe.
Good night.
Good night.
Da, 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 da.